When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me.
If the sky we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, oh, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, sit by me. Oh, sit by me. Oh, sit by me. Sit by me. sit by me, sit by me, sit by me.
We have comedians in the room. Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Fantastic. Amazing. You may notice that I'm sitting. Well, I am going to talk about this today, about the reason that I'm sitting. So here's what's going on, because I am, as a minister, as a spiritual leader, sometimes you have to live your life unapologetically, out loud in front of your entire community. So last Sunday, I started feeling a little bit of tightness in my lower back, and by Tuesday, I was completely immobilized with lower back spasms. So that's what's going on. That's the facts. That's the facts of the relative world. That's what I'm experiencing right now. I'm a lot better today than I was a couple days ago. Dane can tell you, when he was trying to get me into a cab the other day to go see the chiropractor, it was quite a challenge. But I'm doing a lot better today. So that's the really good news. And I am on the mend. I fully expect to be up and dancing with no issue next week.
All right.
All right.
And for sure, in 2 weeks for my wedding. So, just so you know, today you're going to get to see me sit here a lot, and that's unusual. I usually am quite, I'm bouncing around a lot, and that's not what you're going to get today. But you are going to get some great inspiration, some great music, and that's what we're all here for. We're here to celebrate an idea that there is one presence, one power, one infinite resource for all that is, and everything that is part of this creative energy. And where that means that every single one of us is part of this creative energy, and we get to utilize this creative energy in whatever way we would like, in whatever way we would choose. And in fact, I'm using it right now for the purposes of healing. Are you ready? Okay. So, this is what this philosophy is all about. There's absolutely no reason that I have to be relegated to a chair the whole day. There's no reason. Now, one thing that may happen, just to give you a heads up, is, because people have experienced this morning, it's very disconcerting. There are moments where I have had a little bit of a contraction and I slump a little bit, and then I get right back up and all is well. But there's absolutely no reason why I cannot be standing today, because the energy of creation is taking over in this moment, right here and right now, for the purposes of my good. So just breathe into that. Just breathe into that, because we all have capacity to tap into this ourselves for our own purposes and for our own use, and that's what we teach here. We're a healing modality. We are a healing modality, and we should never lose sight of that, ever. Here to talk a little bit about the philosophy, here to talk a little bit about his journey in the philosophy and stuff I'm sure that's coming up for him is our brilliant lead practitioner of the day. I'm going to invite up to share his wisdom and insight with you. Please welcome Fred Wimet.
Okay, good morning everybody here. Good morning everybody online and everybody who's in the archives. I'm here speaking on the first time that we're at the center together in the new season called fall. So yay, I love fall. It's so beautiful and I can't wait for the beautiful colors that are coming. And for those of you who are far away, fall in Ontario is absolutely spectacular. Come here sometime. I'm going to dive right into my talk this morning. And there are no coincidences, I will tell you that. So on a moment, your entire life's belief system can be challenged and changed. Can happen on a dime. The news came swift, and it was exactly what we didn't want to hear. You have cancer, and it is spread throughout your entire abdomen, and there's not much we can do for you. That happened to a family member of mine earlier this year, Maria. And she reacted the way anyone would: fear, anger, confusion. I wanted to share this story with you because in this philosophy, as Jonathan said, this is a healing modality. And we're taught that all things are possible regardless of circumstance or condition. Now, how do you look at a circumstance where somebody tells you that this metastasized cancer has happened to you? And yet, this philosophy teaches that we have to turn away from the condition in order to have that healing. So that's exactly what we need to be able to do. When I sat with Maria a few hours after the diagnosis, I said to Maria, it's okay to have these feelings. Honor those feelings of pain and fear. Honor those. I said, but you don't have to live there. It's a state of mind. Honor them. They belong to you. You've earned the right to be angry and afraid. And then she asked for a treatment. I've given a lot of treatments throughout this philosophy, but I've never met anybody more receptive and open in that moment to receiving a treatment, affirmative prayer. She was so open to it, but by the time I left a few hours later, she was sitting up on the hospital bed, eating dinner, talking about how she was going to move forward with some things in her life. Specifically, am I going to sell my house? I'm not really sure, but I know I'm going to do something. I'm going to live life now differently. It was just such a different story. And in fact, she actually said to the doctors, and I'm not kidding, this bed should go to some of the people who are in oncology in the hallway because they need it more than I do. I'm not sick. So with that sort of, then they did more tests, more circumstances came up, and it was not getting any better. The news was not getting any better. But then they put a plan of action in place. And I think putting the plan of action in place changed something inside of Maria's head. She went, they can do something. They said they possibly couldn't. Maria told me several times throughout the process of her treatment, she said, I think they made a mistake because I'm okay. She said, I know there's cancer in there, but I am okay. I ask you, how do you think the treatment worked for Maria with that sort of mentality? After a few months of treatment, they told Maria that she was well enough to have surgery. And again, they told her to be prepared, though, because we don't know if it spread inside. It could have moved to the bowels, the spleen, the small intestine, and it was already spread everywhere. They wouldn't know until they actually got in and actually began the surgery with her. And their objective was to remove the surgery, remove the cancer, at the very least, leave only approximately 15% of the cancer. On the day of the surgery, we drove to Sunnybrook Hospital, and it was late August, and I have to tell you, we were quiet, but we looked at every tree in the sky and the flowers, and we kept saying, it's such a beautiful day. That's all we kept talking about, was how incredibly alive and colorful everything was. I reminded Maria that she had two jobs. One was that no matter what they told her, that she was to know that she was in perfect health. And the second one was to focus on love and to stay focused on everything that she loved. Let them take care of everything else. And then she said to me, Fred, I'm not scared. And she gave me one of the greatest analogies. She said, I look at it like an apple. She said, you know how there's a brown spot on the apple? And you just cut it out, and the rest of the apple is still good? She said, I'm the good part. I love that. I'm the good part. I'm not the disease. They're going to take away what no longer serves me, but I'm the good part. Think about that. When they called us after her surgery to go see her, we talked about it. Actually, we laughed because she was very groggy, as you would be, and they were talking to her, but she didn't understand it. But she said she knew she was going to be okay when she saw us walk in with big smiles, and we had smiles. They got everything. Think about this aggressive cancer that had moved through even the fat cells in her stomach and the fluid in her stomach and everywhere. This very aggressive cancer had stopped spreading, and they got it all out. She had an invasive surgery where they removed everything. Wherever the cancer was, the ovaries, the uterus, everything was taken out. And within 3 days, she left the hospital after all of that. And every time I go and see her, too much information, but she shows me the scars. But honestly, it's so healing. It's so incredibly healing. It looks almost like there's nothing there, and she was really through a lot, right? So here's the question. Did Maria's healing take place because of the successful surgery? Maybe, right? But I like to believe this. I think that the successful healing took place the moment that she believed that she was not sick. The moment they told her, and she got to the place of truth, and she believed that she was not sick, that's when the healing took place. I believe it happened the moment that she surrendered control of the illness and took control of the things that she could, which was that she was perfect, whole, and complete, and she kept repeating, I am not sick, I think they're crazy, I feel good, I'm okay, right? It was her terms. She had success on her own terms. We all have circumstances in our life, maybe not as drastic, some as drastic, but we get to decide our experience in any circumstance, any condition. We get to decide our experience, no matter how big that condition seems to be, if we stay focused on the spiritual truth that we are perfect, whole, and complete. That's how we make a difference in our own lives. I tell you this, I have witnessed tremendous healings. As a spiritual practitioner in this center, I have seen healings of mind and body and soul. I wish I could carry it with a little card that said, you can be healed, because you can be healed, mind, body, and soul. That is how I know that I'm going to be a practitioner in this philosophy forever. I've dedicated my life to it. I have dedicated everything that I am to treat constantly every single day, every circumstance, every condition. And here's the great news, and it is good news. In a moment, your entire life's beliefs, systems can be challenged and changed. It can happen on a dime. Namaste. I have an affirmation I'm going to speak, and I invite you to all share that with me. I'll speak it once and then share it with me. I define my success. Therefore, my success is non-negotiable. Together. I define my success. Therefore, my success is non-negotiable. And one more time to root it. I define my success. Therefore, my success is non-negotiable.
It's wonderful. You bring to mind the one message that I have repeatedly seen this morning every time I walk through our corridor. And it's funny, we have this to-do list on our community board, and it's been up there for a couple months now. But the one thing that I kept looking at this morning is I let go of things I cannot control. Perfect lesson for today. Let go of things I cannot control. I invite us all to take a breath, relax right where we are, give into the healing power of love, which is the only power there is. Relaxing into this, breathing into this, and allowing ourselves to be receptive here and now to this music and to these words of affirmative prayer that Fred will lead us through. Take a breath.
I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. Sing that with me. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world.
I invite you all to take a deep breath. Right here, get grounded in this moment. I trust to know that there is one divine source, one light, one love, one peace, one healing, one joy. And I recognize the connection in each and every one of us to this divine source. As it is, so too are we. And with that, we are the source of light and love. And we see that source of light and love in every single person that we encounter, every single soul that we see. We are like the changing seasons in perfect order, right here, right now. This light that we share with the world, this love, is all we are here to be. And it is who we are, and it is what we do. And I'm grateful for each and every person that I encounter, each and every condition that I see as perfect, whole, and complete. And I'm grateful for this philosophy, these teachings that allow us to know this truth, grounded in spiritual principle. I know that our words are powerful, and as such, this word that I speak is powerful. And as I release it to the law of mind, I know that it is done. And together we say, and so it is.
We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world, to the world, to the world.
Beautiful. Take in that energy. Feel that energy. Breathe it in. Thank you, Fred.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. And thank you for that great message, which you prepared specifically for me today. Does anyone ever feel like that? Like the message is prepared specifically for you that day? He had no idea that, well, actually, I did send out a practitioner prayer request earlier this week, but you had no idea that you were going to walk in and I was going to say, hey, my back is still acting up. Anyway, take a breath. The song that is being offered today is, I love this song, and I love the band that originally brought this song to the world. And yeah, it does not go unnoticed by me that we're in an election season and that there was for the United States anyway, and that seems to affect us up here, of course, and that this band was in a lot of hot water for what seems relatively minor now, many, many years ago. Very interesting how things change. Anyway, That's not the song they're doing today. The song they're doing today.
Yeah. They're like what? Yeah.
I just love this band. I just love the band, so it's like it's on my mind. It's on my mind. Anyway, it's a song by the Dixie Chicks. Please welcome Pierre Gautreau, Tanis Burnett, and the Queen Street Band.
Sunday morning, I heard the preacher say, "Thou shalt not kill." I don't wanna hear nothing else about killing, and that it's God's will. 'Cause our children are watching us. They put their trust in us. They're gonna be like us. So let's learn from our history and do it differently. I hope for more love, more joy and laughter. I hope we'll have more than we ever need. I hope we can have more happy ever afters. I hope we can all live more fearlessly, and we can lose all of the pain and misery. I hope, I hope. Oh, Rosie, her man, he gets too rough, and all she can say is he's a good man. He don't mean no harm. He was just brought up that way. But our children are watching us. They put their trust in us. They're gonna be like us. It's okay for us to disagree. We can work it out lovingly. I hope for more love, more joy and laughter. I hope you'll have more than you'll ever need. I hope you'll have more happy ever afters. I hope you can all live more fearlessly, and you can lose all of the pain and misery. I hope, I hope. There must be a way to change what's going on. No, I don't have all the answers, but I know we'll have love, more joy and laughter. I know we'll have more than we'll ever need. I know we'll have more happy ever afters. I know we can all live more fearlessly, and we can lose all of the pain and misery. I know, and we can lose all of the pain and misery. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know.
Tanis Burnett and the Queen Street Band. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Song. The song is called I Hope, and you'll note that towards the end it says, I know. I know. And it's a question for each and every one of us to step in and ask ourselves, what is it that we know? What is it? I'm going to ask you this question, rhetorical. What is it that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt? What is it that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt? Do you know that we are in a world that is completely immersed in more love and laughter than ever before, than we've ever experienced before. Check in with yourself. Do you know that beyond a shadow of a doubt? Do you know that we'll have more than we ever need? Can you do me a favor? Cut the effects. Oh, thank you. Do you know that we'll have more than we ever will need? Do you know that beyond a shadow of a doubt? That's a hard one for some people because they look at their lives and they say, it doesn't look like it. But what's proving to you what it is you know? Are you looking at the world of form? Are you looking at the world of circumstance to say, well, I see it out there, that means it must be true? Because here's the philosophy that we teach. The philosophy that we teach is everything out there is the result of what's up in here. So if we're looking out there for the proof, we're doing it backwards. Get it? If we're looking out there for the proof, we are absolutely backwards. Everything out there aligns itself according to our thoughts, according to our feelings, according to our beliefs. And so, what is it that you know at that feeling level, at that heart space level? This is not an intellectual exercise. This is about what do you know here? Not here, here. What do you know? Do you know that we are guaranteed more happy ever afters? That is a guarantee. Do you know that you can live fearlessly? Do you know that you are living fearlessly right now? I love this song because it's a great question to ask. What is it that we absolutely know? And it's a great reminder, too. Our children are watching us. I mean, they are. That's just the way it is. They're looking to us because we guide the way. And it's not, if you don't have any children of your own, if you don't have any biological children, trust me, children are watching and children are listening. So let us all commit today to knowing the infinite truth, to knowing that we are the point at which everything out there aligns in a better way for each and every one of us, and that this is the lesson we can teach the next generation. I called today's talk Stop for a Minute for obvious reasons, because I needed to stop. I needed to stop, take a step back, and say, you know what? The circumstances are aligning with what's happening in my thought. The circumstances are happening with what's aligned in my belief system. The circumstances are happening based on what's happening for me in a feeling space, right here and right now. That's why I'm having the perception, and it is a perception, of a back issue. But I know that I'm in charge. I know that I'm in charge. So the funny thing is, I had absolutely no intention of standing up and, moving about today. I was going to sit here. I was going to be like, okay. Okay. Oh. That's seriously how I was going to do the talk today. I'm like, and then as we started the celebration this morning, I thought, my back is fine. And you know why my back is fine? Because I experienced the healing energy of love. And that's what it really boils down to. We are immersed in the healing energy of love. We are immersed in the creative energy of love, each and every one of us. Our loving thoughts are what are creating our loving experiences in the world. And so I don't need to sit down. I don't need to. Ernest Holmes writes this: there is a universal wholeness seeking expression through everything. There is a universal wholeness seeking expression through everything. That universal wholeness is not seeking expression through just some things, through everything. That means it is seeking expression by means of each and every one of us. It is seeking expression by means of you and me and every single person we encounter. This universal wholeness is aligning itself for the purposes of creation and showing up as us and as everything that exists. He continues, we are calling it simply life. We are calling it simply life. I like to add that it is love. It is the creative energy of love. The religionist calls it God. The philosopher calls it reality. Life is an infinite energy coupled with limitless creative imagination. Limitless creative imagination. Can you imagine for yourself a life better than the one you're living right now? Rhetorical, but check in with yourself and be honest with yourself about the answer. Can you imagine for yourself a life better than the one you are living right now? Now, in checking in with that idea, is that life that you can imagine a life that is an intellectual idea of a life? Or are you feeling that life, that possibility of expression by means of you? Are you feeling that? Breathe into that feeling space of knowing that there is an infinite life that is better than this one, potentially, if that's what you're seeking. And I don't want to be pejorative here. Not everybody's seeking that. Some people are saying, well, no, my life is great. My life is great. I don't need any more. But just check in. What is it that you want? What is it that you want? That possibility of life exists within. And when we align ourselves in that feeling space of love, see, there's the little lurch. When we align ourselves in the feeling space of love, all unfolds according to that. The nature of this thing called life that he is talking about, the universal wholeness, the nature of this universal wholeness is the ease of peace. Peace. It is the creative power of love, and it is the healing energy of compassion. And that's what today is really all about: love, peace, and compassion. Let us not seek any more outside ourselves for those things to be how our life is showing up. Let us be the point at which those things are being expressed by means of us to affect and change the entire world, so that we are living more peacefully, more lovingly, more compassionately in every single moment. One of the things, I am going to sit for a minute. One of the things that I was thinking about this morning as you were speaking, Fred, and as the song was happening, is there is a challenge when you're faced with a physical limitation or something that in the world of form needs healing. There's a challenge, especially for a minister, especially for a practitioner. When we go through, we will be the first to beat ourselves up the hardest. And part of the challenge that I experience is to come into this place and come into this experience and go about my life. And it's not that people are doing this out of, what's the word I want to use here? People are doing this out of the love that they feel. But the last thing that I would like from anyone is expressions of concern. And that's a great lesson for each and every one of us when we experience other people who are having healing going on, who are experiencing conditions that require healing. Step away from concern and step into love. Step away from concern and step into peace of mind. Give over to the infinite compassion at the heart of each and every one of us. That is the most healing energy. That is the most healing energy. The minute we have stepped into concern, here's what happens. We've actually reduced ourselves to the level of the circumstance. We've reduced ourselves to the level of the experience in form. We are not keeping ourselves in that place of understanding. And this is not just for licensed practitioners or practitioner students. This is for each and every one of us. We all can heal. We are all healers. We are all actually practitioners. Whether this is your first time in this center or not, we are all practitioners. You are all practitioners of this philosophy. What we call for is that we utilize this healing power, that we utilize this philosophy knowingly rather than unknowingly. So that is my challenge to you. Use it knowingly. If you are feeling or sensing or experiencing or wanting to express concern, turn it around right now. You have the choice. Right now, in this moment, you have the choice to say, I give in to love. There's only love here. That's it. There's only love. There is only peace. There is only compassion. So when I started experiencing this issue, of course, then I start looking up all the information that there is to know. from all the great minds of the world. And I don't know if that was helpful or not. Of course, I look up the information from Louise Hay, right? Because she is very famous for stepping in as a healing modality. Of course, lower back issues are indicative of a lack of support. She will specifically say it's a lack of financial support, which I actually don't perceive myself to have any issue with. I don't have any issue with finances in my life. But I did start thinking about that lack of support, and then something intuitively hit, which I get emotional around, which is that I am getting married in 2 weeks, and I would say if I had any disappointments, I don't have any disappointments around getting married. It just occurred to me how that would come across. How do I frame this now without... No. So here's what's going on for me. The thing that intuitively hit, and it was actually reflected back to me in a chiropractic appointment earlier in the week, and that is that I'm very much missing my mother in this experience. Now, those of you who were here a few years ago when my mother went through the experience of cancer and made her transition because of the conditions of cancer, I'm really missing her around all of this. And so I think that there's that, because my mother was a great support in my life. So, oh my goodness, look at that. I'm missing my mother, wishing she were here for this experience. I'm not feeling like I have that support in my life, and so what happens? There is the physical manifestation of what's happening in my mind. That's it. That's it. Now, there's also this interest, because I looked up it's the sacral chakra that is being affected right now. It's anyway. So the second chakra, the sacral chakra, and I was looking up what are some of the challenges and the issues around that particular chakra, and it was interesting that this came up. The main challenge for the second chakra is the conditioning of our society. The conditioning of our society, where society tells us this is the way everything should look, this is the way life should be. And if I don't necessarily align with that, that's up to me to resolve. And one thing or another is going to happen. Either I'm going to have to stop to take stock, or the circumstances are going to stop me. And so what's happened? I did not stop. And those of you who know me, you know, I go and 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 I go. And this is a situation where the circumstances said, stop for a minute. Get clear. Figure out what it is that you need to let go of. Let go of the control. So, whatever you want, dear. I've said it publicly, now I have to live up to it. Continuing on with some issues around the second chakra, we live in a society where feelings are not valued. Do you ever feel like that? You ever feel like feelings are not valued? I know, shocking, isn't it? Where passion and emotional reactions are being frowned upon. Now, there's an interesting thing that happens for me, is that I've been holding on to a lot of emotion. And there's that part of me that I've even said it many times this week. I said, if I just allow myself to go through the emotion of whatever this is, that's going to be the end of it. It will be the end of it. And yet I still have this hold. So I'm going through the experience in front of my community. I still have this hold. I've not really given into the emotion of it in this moment. And when it happens, I know that there's no more issue there. There is no more issue there. We, in being taught to hold on, hold it in, to not lose control, we get disconnected. We truly get disconnected from our bodies. We get disconnected from our feelings. And so, I've got a lot going on. Disconnection, holding in the emotion, missing my mother, lack of support. Now here's my question for you. Whose responsibility is all of this? whose responsibility is it to address all of this? Now, I can go to my comrades, I can go to my friends, I can go to people around me for some support, but ultimately, the decision is mine. The decision is mine. I alone am responsible for the support which I seek. And this is the great lesson to be reminded of in this moment when the universe says, stop for a minute. Stop. Slow down. You move too fast. So this week for me is about a return to the deepest understanding and the deepest experience and the deepest expression of peace, love, and compassion. That's what this week is about for me. That's what I needed to stop for a minute and truly come to a deep understanding and live the experience of peace, love, and compassion, and allow myself to give into the feeling and let it out, let it express itself. This thing called life, this universal wholeness, seeking expression through everything, this thing called life, asked me, no, it didn't ask me. It required of me that I stop for a minute and said, it's time to realign. It's time to realign with your inner nature, which is peace, which is love, which is compassion. So my message today is this. If you can learn anything from me by living this unapologetically in front of you today, don't allow yourself to get to the point where the universe is telling you to stop. Allow yourself the freedom and the flexibility to say, I need to step back. I need to take care of myself. I must step into peace, love, and compassion. In that realignment, we are of the deepest service to the self, which is, I think, a great way to wrap up September, as our theme for September has been service to the world. And we've talked a lot about service to the world and how we step into service in the world. But we must never forget that service to the world begins with service to ourselves in self-care. We must take care of ourselves. When we take care of ourselves, we then have the capacity to care for others. A lot of people think about it backwards. They're like, I must take care, I must take care, I must take care, I must take care, I must take care. That's all giving and no receiving. So we're out of balance. Remember I talked about balance a couple weeks ago? To step into the balance, we must take care of ourselves. Then we have the capacity to take care of others. When we take care of others by taking care of ourselves, then we're actually in the truest sense of service to the entire world. That's where it all begins. Self-care, self-love, peace and compassion. So, let us all align right in this moment, taking in a breath, relaxing right where we are, and know with me right here and right now this infinite truth, that there's only one power, one presence, one infinite creative resource for all that is. There is only this thing called universal wholeness. It is truly seeking expression through all that is. This includes each and every one of us. We are the very expression and life of this divine energy. In knowing this, I trust we all align ourselves in peace, love, and compassion. I trust and know that we are all in deep alignment with our own self-care, with our own self-love, and that in service to the self, we align with these principles. We take care of ourselves, knowing that we are always fully, 100% supported by this infinite creative resource. And taking care of the self, we each of us have the capacity to care for others and live in a world of harmony and joy. This is the infinite service to the world which we teach. which we seek, which we know at the core of our being. It all starts in alignment. So let us all be aligned in this moment, here and now, with peace, love, and compassion. It is in deep gratitude for this that I allow this word spoken to be activated by the law and come into expression right now, right here. Knowing this to be so, I simply let it unfold as together we say, and so it is. Namaste. I'm going to invite us all to take out whatever it is we're offering the center today in terms of a financial contribution, our tithe, however you choose to express it, your gift, your investment. Hold it in your hand. And I invite everyone who's online to participate in the givingness as well. By knowing with each and every one of us these words of affirmative giving, the divine givingness affirmation. Let's read this together. It's on your song sheets. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that spirit is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. So we're going to sing the song that we introduced a couple weeks ago called Something Wonderful as the baskets go around. Take it away.
Stand up, sure. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
Oh, the energy of love in this place today is absolutely spectacular. And each and every one of us are connected to that love, that light. I trust and know that each of us feel that. As we express our love, understand that money is also part of the love that is expressed. It's an energy. And I trust and know that the board of directors and that this center will use this flow of love to its highest capacity. Grateful to each and every one of you for that energy, for that light, for the love. As I release these words to the law of mind, knowing that this is all taken care of and it expands beyond the center, together we say, and so it is.
All this love inside, we can let it shine. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful.
All right. Thank you so much. Just to let you know, a couple of the things that are happening here at the center. We have, well, you can take a look at the everything that's happening on your announcements sheet, which was handed out as you were coming in this morning. We do have a workshop coming up on October 16th with Reverend Nadine Rogers. Reverend Nadine is from Calgary. She had her own center there for many, 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 many years, and I think you'll really love her. I first met Nadine at the Asilomar conference, 10 years ago, and she has a background in clown work, so she brings that to her ministry, which I think is really, really fun. Anyway, her workshop is around mask consciousness, and take a look at that. October 16th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. She's also going to be a guest in service that day. Something that came up this week, and I will draw your attention to it, is we are going to do something, actually we are not. Sonia Byrne is going to engage with our community in a way that allows her to be experienced as a practitioner and as a ministerial student by anyone who is online, by anyone who wants to. She's going to do a season of gratitude, and what this is she's going to be posting on Facebook 2-minute meditations every day from Canadian Thanksgiving through U.S. Thanksgiving. And so if you want to get access, if you want to take a look and get the notification that those have gone up each and every day, go ahead and like our Facebook page, and that is how you will get notified, because then you'll start seeing all those notifications. I'm really excited that she called me this week and she says, I have this idea, and I want to get your thoughts around it. And I said, I think that's brilliant. Absolutely. So take a look at that. We have Working with the Law. The class starts a week from Thursday. October 6th is the date that class starts. We are continuing yoga, Saturday mornings, 8 a.m., and a couple of conferences to know about as well. All of that information is on your sheet. We also do have a Board of Trustees meeting on October 23rd. As members of the community, you are welcome to come and observe the Board of Trustees and the work that we do in the business side of the center. So, there we are, easy breezy. Y'all ready? Yep. All right, let's take a breath and let us engage in the energy of love, this perfect song for today, as we round out this experience. Peace, love, and compassion. Let us take this into our hearts right here, right now.
I want to sing a love song. The world can sing along. I want to sing a love song. The world can sing along. I love you. I do. It's true.
This is what I know. The infinite universal wholeness is having a field day right here and right now, expressing itself by means of all of creation. It is expressing itself by means of each and every one of us. And this is a good thing. For this power, this energy, this creative resource is at our command. For we are not separate from it. We are it, the very thing itself. And so we utilize each and every one of us this power for good in our lives. And I know that this starts with a groundedness in healing through peace, love, and compassion. Anything that is required to be put into alignment is done so right here and right now through peace, love, and compassion. I live this, I experience this, and I trust and know that we all have the experience of this in our lives, not just in this moment, but in every moment. So as we walk away from this place today, I know that we do so in gratitude for the understanding that this is our birthright, each and every one of us. We are the embodiment of peace, love, and compassion. In gratitude, I breathe into the deepest expression of thank you to everyone who has made this experience happen today. Grateful to everyone who stepped up in service, to Karen, our board member on duty, for Margaret Ann for her assistance with the collection, for Judy, our greeter, Marg in the bookstore, Carol and Jackie for setting up. So grateful for Mira and Yelka for cleaning up today, for Rebecca on sound, Jim on our webcast. Grateful for Linda up with our dynamic youth today. In deep gratitude for the entire music team, the entire Queen Street Band. I am grateful for the brilliance and the love and the peace and compassion expressed in our meditation today by Lena. And so grateful for all the same, so deeply expressed by our practitioner of the day, Fred. I live in gratitude. I allow myself to be filled with gratitude and recognize that it is in gratitude that all is well, all is healed, all is unfolding with grace and with ease. And this is the truth. So I simply let it be. I trust in its perfect flow, releasing this word to law. I know it is so. And let it be so, as together we say, and so it is.
If everybody sang a love song, if everybody sang a love song, what could it do? It would wash away the hate, let in a little faith, and maybe shift a fearful point of view. Oh, I wanna sing a love song. The world can sing along. I love you. I do. It's true.
So it is. Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band. Let's kick this energy out into the street with Let Your Love Flow.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky. There's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Oh, let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. Then you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. Yeah, there's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candlelight. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder grab you deep in space and lay you under. It's love and embrace, just feel the thunder. And it one's your face, you can't hold back. Oh, let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, that's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. Come on, everybody. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, it's a season. Let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, it's the reason. And let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. And let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean, that's the reason.